Hi, my name is Jeff Marker, and I'm a plant health safeguarding specialist with the U.S. Department of Agriculture Plant Protection and Quarantine Program here in Omaha, Nebraska. Today I'm going to discuss with you a little bit about the emerald ash borer beetle, commonly known simply as EAB. Emerald ash borer rivals chestnut blight and Dutch elm disease as one of the most significant tree-killing pests in U.S. history. As of the summer of 2013, EAB has been confirmed in 19 states and 2 Canadian provinces. It is responsible for the death of millions of ash trees throughout the United States and remains a looming threat to the estimated 44 million rural and urban ash trees here in Nebraska, as well as the 7.5 billion ash trees throughout the rest of North America. Today I'm going to share with you some basic information about the emerald ash borer, including a brief history and background about EAB in the US, the most common signs and symptoms of an emerald ash borer infestation. I'm going to give you a few quick words about mitigating the spread of EAB. I'm going to discuss a few treatment options for landowners and homeowners, and most importantly, who to contact if you suspect an EAB infestation. So the emerald ash borer is a metallic wood-boring beetle in the Buprestidae family. And as you can see here, it's a small beetle. It's about a half an inch long, narrowly shaped. And it has this brilliantly colored metallic green elytra and this metallic red copper abdomen, and it's just unlike any other Agralis species that we have here in Nebraska. The larval stage, which you see here represented by 3 different instars, is responsible for all of the damage that ultimately will kill the ash tree. The larvae spend all their time underneath the bark, eating the cambium layer, essentially girdling the tree so it can't bring any water or nutrients up to the leaves. The larval stage is about 1.25 inches long. It's cream colored with a light brown head and a 10-segmented body, and has no legs or prolegs. And as you can see, the segments toward the back are somewhat bell-shaped, so that's a pretty good indicator that you're dealing with an emerald ash borer larva. So early in 2002, people started to notice that many ash trees in southeastern Michigan were in severe decline, and in June of 2002, emerald ash borer was detected for the first time in Detroit. The introduction of EAB into Michigan most likely resulted from infested ashwood being shipped from exporters in Northeast Asia in the form of wooden crates and pallets and dunnage that's commonly used when shipping consumer products. So now that we've got a little background and history about the emerald ash borer beetle and where it came from, I'm going to get into some of the signs and symptoms of an emerald ash borer infestation. So one of the first things that you'll see in an early EAB infestation is a declining canopy. It typically will start at the top where the beetle first starts to attack the tree and slowly work its way down as the infestation progresses. Another couple signs that you'll see with an emerald ash borer infestation is bark splitting and serpentine galleries. Now, bark splitting sounds exactly like what it is. It's a split in the tree, kind of a stress reaction to the emerald ash borer larva underneath the bark, eating at that cambium layer. And oftentimes, directly underneath those bark splits, you'll see these serpentine galleries where the larva is moving back and forth, eating its way through that cambium layer. Now, emerald ash borer is unique in that it typically makes these very tight S-shaped back and forth serpentine patterns as it's feeding on the tree. Other native borers tend to make more meandering and wandering patterns and also go through the heartwood of the tree, whereas emerald ash borer stays just underneath the bark in that cambium layer and will not actually go into the heartwood of the tree. It's not always indicative of an emerald ash borer infestation, but increased woodpecker activity is a good early sign that there is something most likely infesting that tree. Whether it's a native borer, whether it's emerald ash borer, is impossible to tell strictly based on woodpecker activity. It's definitely worth a check if you see more woodpecker damage to your tree than you have in the past. Another sign of an emerald ash borer infestation, especially in late-stage infestations, is called Epicanthic Sprouting or suckering. And basically what this is a stress reaction the tree is having to all the larval damage that's going on underneath the bark. And it's just a last-ditch effort that the tree is doing to try and save itself. And typically if you see this type of symptom, the tree is very close to death. And while this doesn't always mean that it's an emerald ash borer infestation, it just means that there's some kind of stress. When you couple this with some of the other signs and symptoms, it can point toward an infestation of some sort. So the last sign of an emerald ash borer infestation I'm going to talk about here is the D-shaped exit hole. And that's exactly what it sounds like. It is the exit hole that the adult creates as it chews its way out of the tree, and it's in a nice, neat little D shape. It's about 1/8 of an inch wide, and if you see something like this, this is definitely a time to give someone a call and have them come take a look at your tree, because the D-shaped is very indicative of an emerald ash borer infestation. Well, that's going to do it for part 1 about the emerald ash borer beetle. If you'd like some more information on mitigating the spread of EAB and some treatment options, as well as who to contact if you suspect you have emerald ash borer, please watch Emerald Ash Borer Part 2.